all the 4 teams going today. So, Cone, we got Florida.
Yep.
We got Arkansas. Mm-hmm. We got Kentucky. And we got Georgia.
Yep.
We thought we would have one phrase, sentence or less, describing how we feel about the trajectory of those schools. You want to play that game?
Let's do it. Let's start with Florida.
We can just call it SpaceX. Show me your trajectory.
SpaceX. Okay,
you want to start with Florida?
Think they'll sponsor this segment?
Yeah, we'll see. Elon, you got my number. That was a lot of fun the other night when we hung out, me, you, and Brett Favre. And,
you hung out with Brett?
Yeah, me and Brett Favre and Elon Musk and Chipper Jones.
Nice,
and
that was me.
Oh, wait. No, that was Conan and you. Sorry. I was thinking of a different night.
All right, Florida.
Florida, Blaine. What do you got? What's your phrase for Florida?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Is that your phrase?
Yeah, that's my phrase.
Your phrase is I got a bad feeling?
What a
bad feeling about this. I just, the more I look at it and the more I just don't like it. The more I don't like it. Billy, hold on. Jeez. Billy, to me, one is a great OC, and you go back and, he had some certain things with his Lafayette players that didn't really add up, like the $50 improve the college fund that all the players have to play. Go back and look that up. I saw that last night. You have no 5 stars right now, and you're at Florida. I didn't know that was possible. You have a quarterback right now that a lot of people believe in. Your roster's a mess. It's going to take a couple years, I'm sure, but I don't know if I see Billy here for a while. I really don't. And I'm going to be honest, I was a big Dan Mullen guy. I thought Dan Mullen was a great coach, especially a great offensive coordinator. And also, I know he was going through some things, but he was putting guys in the league. Your defense was not good. I still think you kind of got away from Dan Mullen at the time. Maybe you really didn't need to. I mean, I think they went for, a year before that, went to the SEC championship game and lost a close game. So I can understand the move, but I've always been a big Dan Mullen guy. But to me, my saying for this is I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't know if this is going to get much better.
All right, well, I had a saying, but I changed it. My saying for Florida is Blaine is totally wrong. It was going to be quicker than you think, but now it's Blaine is totally wrong.
Okay.
Dan Mullen got fired not just because of the win-loss record. Dan Mullen got fired because he hitched his wagon to Todd Grantham. The players couldn't stand him. They were transferring quicker than people trying to get across the border from Mexico right now. And also, when you looked at the trajectory of Florida and their roster, and you look at Georgia, and you look at some of these other teams, they were going downhill. Which you want to talk about not believing something? You can't believe Florida doesn't have a 5-star right now? I can't believe their roster was as bad as it is when Billy inherited. It was good for them to get rid of Dan Mullen because that ship was sinking about as fast as humanly possible.
Comparing rosters to Georgia, a lot of people are going to look back.
It's Florida. It's Florida. Florida should always have a good roster. Florida should always have an elite roster.
Not as good as
Florida
Georgia.
recruits itself.
When's the last time Florida had just as good as roster?
Blaine, I am not. I'm saying compared to what Georgia and A&M and obviously what Bama's done. You look at what Tennessee's doing. Look at the East. Shane's in South Carolina. I mean, and right now I got them going 2-6. I don't believe in Spencer Rattler, but right now, the way they're recruiting and the way he's turning that program around, they're hotter than a fat kid in a sleeping bag at summer camp.
I mean, they were in the SEC championship game a year before.
When you look at and what happened, they fell off a cliff. They got players throwing shoes to lose games. Dan Mullen lost control. And when you lose control, think about the coaches that have success in college football. They have total control. Saban has total control. Joe Pa, total control. Bobby Bowden, total control. Kirby Smart, total control. Brian Kelly, Notre Dame, total control. I will go down the whole list. That's why Kirby Smart didn't take the Auburn job. That's why Auburn's a problem, because you can't give them full control. But Dan lost control. So when you're looking around the yard, you walk in here, and you're looking to your left, and you're looking to your right, and you got Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali, and Joe Frazier, and you're walking in here looking like Jake Paul's brother, there is a problem. So Blaine is wrong. That's my saying.
All right. Well, I'll follow that up from my phrase for Florida is take your shots while you can.
Ooh.
Take your shots while you can. Because this isn't a program that stays down very long. Now, whether it's Billy Napier or not, to Blaine's point, I don't know. How long will he be there? Can he be the one that actually turns this around? I don't know. But this isn't a program that stays down very long. So go ahead and take your shots now. Sort of like what I say about, when we talk about Alabama's dynasty. It's like, that's not going to happen forever. Programs go up, programs go down, So take your shots at Florida while you can because they will be back.
All right. Do you want to go Arkansas next?
Let's go Arkansas.
Let's start with you, Cone. Let's start with you.
Arkansas, Texas, we own you. Oh. Now look, it may not.
I can feel it.
May not happen this next season or the season after that, but based off what they did last season with beating Texas and Texas A&M, they ran through your whole state. They ran through your whole state. And with what Sam Pittman's doing over there, and I can't wait to be able to talk to them today when Arkansas rolls in here. Texas, they owned you last year. They did. And so Texas A&M, they faced Texas A&M early in the season in September. I believe it's September 24th. The Aggies are going to have to atone for that.
No, they will. Mine for Arkansas is it's a love story, baby. Just say yes. I mean, it's a Taylor Swift song with Sam Pittman right now. Oh, you talk about fits in college football, and this guy's a great fit here. I mean, every time he walks in the room, I mean, again, I can just hear it. I can just hear the "It's a sun and whatever," the love story song by Taylor Swift.
Continue.
And look, Arkansas fans are saying yes. And guess what he's saying? Yes. She finally went. You went to their dad, the Waltons, and got down on one knee, and he said he'd let you marry her. So when you look at the best fits in college football, I really believe from an identity standpoint, and that's so huge when you're trying to develop culture. You look at the way they've recruited. You look at the toughness of Arkansas. There's a reason I got them going 9-3. But Sam Pittman, to me, could possibly be the best head coach to program fit in college football. And I don't think I'm crazy saying that.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, I agree with that. I had a saying on here, but I kind of want to change it. It was Arkansas, if you build it, they will come. But they kind of already somewhat built it. So I'm going to say seat at the table.
Ooh.
Arkansas is starting to become that team that, that has that seat at the table.
I'm vibing with you. I'm right
We're
here.
at the kids' table for Thanksgiving. Hey, quit being so loud over there. Make sure you don't spill anything. Next thing you know, you're walking over to the big boy table. What's up, Coach Saban? What's up, Coach Smart? I mean, other than that, maybe what's up, Jimbo Fisher?
Get out of my chair.
Yeah. Leave. But they're starting. They're, in my opinion, closest to Tennessee, but they're the most trending up team in the SEC.
Look, until A&M shows me they have a quarterback, I'm with you, dog.
No, yeah. I don't want to watch A&M go 8-4. A lot of people don't realize, but A&M, from an explosive offensive passing, was one of the worst teams in the SEC last year.
Max Johnson came over.
Jimbo has to start being a lot better, especially with explosive plays on offense. But you bring back KJ, you got Bumper Pool, you bring back Catalan, the safety of
yeah.
And you walk in there, there's just belief and hope just floating around in the air.
It's a good vibe.
And that's dangerous.
Well, to quote former Globo Gym CEO, White Goodman, there's a good energy in the gym.
Yeah,
right
there
now,
is.
Arkansas. There is. But next one, Coney, what do you
Kentucky.
like?
I have the blue collar boys.
I like this.
We're talking about two programs that remind me of each other, Kentucky and Arkansas. I wish we were going to see that matchup this year, actually. But the blue collar boys, that's how they win. And I was talking about Michigan State earlier. That's another program that reminds me of that. That mentality of, look, for 4 quarters, it's going to be a dogfight against us. I don't care if it's at our place. I don't care if it's at your place. I don't care how many players we have injured. I don't care who's starting at quarterback. Get ready for a dogfight because that's what we're bringing to the table. And it just so happens that, they have to run up against another program in Georgia in the East every year that has the same mentality but is a little bit more talented than them when it comes to the athletes on the field. But still, Kentucky's going to beat a lot of people for a long time with that mentality.
I'm with you, and I'm so excited and we're going to talk about the SEC West and how good it is, and we get it. But I'm so intrigued over the next 3 to 5 years to watch this SEC East blossom.
Yes.
I really think there is a chance that and again, we have Mike Leach on. We're going to get to that in a minute. But he talks about the depth of the league now. Imagine Tennessee in year 3 or 4 with Heupel, having another quarterback come into. I know Henda's doing a really good job. South Carolina with Shane Beamer, getting into year 3, getting into year 4. Billy with a chance at Florida. Drink, the way he's recruiting right now, you got Luther Burden last year. It's going to take time to build that thing at Missouri. Vanderbilt, we appreciate you guys showing up. But
they're going to be the best team in the SEC in a couple of years.
Yeah, in what? In what? Underwater basket weaving?
Excuse me.
Or what's the dancing where you have the flag like Will Ferrell from Old School, where he got on the floor and did the flag and came down? I think it was like this.
That was beautifully done by him.
I think it was like this. I think it was someone like that.
The first rule of that routine is you don't talk about that routine, okay?
Well, it was one of the greatest routines I've ever seen in my life. That and when Simone Biles, when she used to try and do gymnastics. Anyways, Kentucky for me is, here's what I got. Mark is better than Cal. Because I would be doing everybody in the show, the crew, the people behind the scenes, the Daily Wire a disservice if I did not take every shot at Calipari that I got when it comes to Kentucky.
Man.
But what Mark Stoops is doing is it's so underrated. Like, the man does not get enough love. People in Kentucky really love football now. It's never going to overtake basketball. That would take a long time. But when I look at Kentucky, and I said this on Radio Row yesterday, Mark Stoops it's the Charmin Ultra treatment. He does less with more than anybody in the SEC, while Cal Stoops does more with less than anybody with SEC, while Cal does less with more than anybody in the SEC. Can you imagine if you gave Mark Stoops the ranked classes that John Calipari had? And Kentucky recruits itself. And I know Cal's a good recruiter. And to be honest with you, I like Cal. I don't dislike Cal. But Mark Stoops, to me, is the best coach in Lexington, and it's not even close. That's why they paid him. That's why they're like, please, Mark, stay. And I'm going to be honest with you. This dude may be the most underrated coach in college football, and he's built it from the inside out. That's the only way you're going to survive. It's the only way. It's like getting a dominant rebounder in basketball. You have to be good enough up front because sometimes everything's not going to be clicking. Sometimes it's going to get muddy. Sometimes it's going to get ugly. But Kentucky has totally flipped their identity into a hard-nosed up front team. And you know when you play Kentucky, it is going to be a fight every single game. And it's fun to watch Mark Stoops do it. It's fun to watch the way that he's done it. And I'm in awe of the Kentucky program and what he's been able to do there.
All right, I'm going to go one of the best coaches out there, and Rick Weiss. You got to keep it steady.
Yeah.
Is that what
keep it
Kentucky's
steady.
doing?
Yeah, got to keep it steady. I love Mark Stoops and what he's doing there, and that man, that contract he signed deserved that buyout. Good luck. I mean, he's not going anywhere. But you got Will Levis, and they're always the one thing about it, they're so consistent. Is why I enjoy watching them. Like, you know what you're going to get out of Kentucky. You're going to get the downhill running, a physical defense. You're going to get Levis on the boots, out of the pocket. And I know you lost one of your best receivers, but the reason I like Stoops so much is, you know, it's always the same guy. It seems like always the same guy when he walks into the field house or the office. He's always the same guy. As a guy like me who's been a coach before, that's the type of head coaches I like the most. A guy that I know who's going to walk in the door and I know exactly what he's going to be about, has a routine, and the same guy. And that's one that Kentucky has fed off his energy and who he is. And Kentucky is a team this year to watch out for in the East.
They've adopted his identity. They've 100% adopted Mark Stoops' identity. Whenever you do that in a program, you got some, because that means they genuinely believe in you and they genuinely believe in what you're saying.
All right, last one, the Georgia Bulldogs. You know my phrase? Have you guys seen that movie Snatch with Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt.
You seen that Snatch?
Yeah.
All right,
Daddy
my phrase.
Winkle
Yeah, look, my phrase for the Georgia Bulldogs is, you like dags? 'Cause you're about to get knocked out, all right? Bare knuckle boxing style, all right? Mark Richt did such a wonderful job at Georgia building up the culture, recruiting great players, and running a program the right way. Kirby Smart's taken all of the best aspects of that, kept it around, and improved on it, and put this dogfight mentality into that program. Really.
Yes.
I mean, now they're reigning national champions until the season starts, until someone else goes out and get that crown. They're national champions. The exact same thing we said last year as it related to Alabama. So I don't expect much changing for the Georgia Bulldogs as it relates to their trajectory. I think Kirby Smart's going to build a dynasty that's going to be here for a while. You're about to get knocked out.
Yeah, first off, I love that movie. Snatch is fantastic. Mine is the new Walmart. Look, Saban's not coaching forever. And do I think that Georgia and Kirby Smart would be able to replicate what Nick Saban have done? No. But somebody's got to be the new Walmart when the old Walmart shuts down. Or it's like when the father who started the business, built it up into this monster, the son takes over, the oldest, you know, the next up, next in line. Game of Thrones reference, House of Stark, however you're feeling about it. I feel like Georgia is the next big bad boy on the block. And A&M, they're working their way up there. The SEC is going to be really, really deep. But Kirby, you've got the hard part behind you. Like now, you're going to work and you're going to grind the same way, but you got over that hump. You know you can do it. Those young guys saw those older guys say, you know what, we're going to show you how to do it, and they did it. So now you have the recipe. Georgia, to me, is going to be the new Walmart. Does that mean, again, that they're going to have a dynasty like Alabama? I don't think so. But this will not be Georgia's only national championship in the next 5 to 10 years or in the Kirby Smart reign. I wouldn't be surprised if he got 3, 4, maybe 5. And I'm not talking about when LeBron lied to everybody about how much they were going to win in South Beach.
That was good. Good ending.
Before he became LeBron James.
You know, I was trying to find something that I could relate to Stetson Bennett in the phrase, but I really
Mail time.
So the Georgia one was probably the hardest to me. So I go back to what, you know, Mike Tyson. Georgia needs to be Mike Tyson. Someone needs to look at him like, Georgia, who you want to fight? And you need to say Achilles. That's who you need to say. I know you beat Bama, but you still need to have that expectation and that projection of Bama's still our Achilles. I know you beat him once, but you're going to have to go through him again. And you know you've done it, and you're the guy right now. You're the team that's defending the city. The city of Georgia, they called on you, Kirby.
The city of Georgia.
They called on you in Athens to walk out there and defend the city. And I don't think you'll beat Bama, but I think you'll be the closest team that'll do it this year. But I don't want anything. We did it once. We're good at this. No, we're still every day Every day we're fighting Achilles. And
Wait,
Achilles is Bama.
if Kirby Smart is defending Athens, does that make him Leonidas?
Could be. No,
Who's he kicking down the well?
Well, they had 300. It's more of a Caesar thing.
If you like that content, go ahead and subscribe because we're going to be balling every day on Crane & Company. Hit that like button while you're at it and go ahead and smash it like Derrick Henry on an ISO run.